So the southeastern Iranian plateau for the period discussed here is essentially known from the works conducted by Karl Karlowski at TPIA, but also at several other areas of southeastern Iran. It's known by the works conducted by Maurizio Tosi at Shari-Sorta and also in Syria and other areas of southeastern Iran. By Roland Bezenval, who conducted excavations at Shaitut and Mirekalat and surveys in Keshmakram. By Beatrice de Carte in the Gantour Valley. Oralstein in the Gantour Valley as well, but also in many areas of southeastern Iran. And by the recent excavations conducted by Youssef Majizadeh in the Jirok area. Here. But the investigations in the Jirok area are unfortunately little published. So I will start with TPIA. So in the late 4th and early 3rd millennium. So TPIA at the time, so in the Periphery, is well known for its proto-Elamite building. So this occupation provided tablets and diptychs that are related to the proto-Elamite phenomenon. It also provided diagnostic ceramics such as Periphery bowls. You can see here, mosaic trays, and slipped and painted jar. So in summary, because of these materials, the TPIA is clearly part of the proto-Elamite polity, which is mostly located in the western half of Iran, with important sites such as Kalimadian, Susa here, Tebesiat, and also Arisman, which is here, which is around here. So TPIA is part of this polity, proto-Elamite polity. There are also proto-Elamite elements such as the tablet and diptych at Shari-Sorta in period 1, and Periphery rolls, I think 5 fragments from the Mirekalat and Keshmakram. But we are in those areas within very different cultural context. The rest of the material is clearly not proto-Elamite. So TPIA, in addition to the proto-Elamite component, TPIA Periphery also produced other types of ceramic production with other cultural connections. So there's one group composed of very fine painted ware that is connected to several other sites of the southeastern Iranian plateau, so at Shari-Sorta. You find the parallel of Shari-Sorta, also in Keshmakram, where we think that there were at that time production centers or workshops. Also in the Gantour Valley, at several sites in the Gantour Valley. And for now it is defined as the Western Balochistan ceramic complex, so we probably have more here, but we don't know yet. So TPIA also include other types of painted layers in Periphery, so associated with the proto-Elamite component. So some of them remind of the painted ware, but their fabric is different. So we could see that they are imitations. That's an hypothesis. There's another type of painted ceramic, which is probably a local German style, but we don't have parallels for this material beyond the TPIA, except maybe in Matutabad here, or something else. So I would define it as local or German style. TPIA also, in Periphery, has a lot of varnish, a lot in the collection, quite a good number of varnish ceramics with parallels in the Gorgan plain in northern Iran. There's also a few fragments of varnish ceramics at Shari-Sorta. Varnish ceramics are also within the Koro-Arax complex. We have varnish ceramics in Mesopotamia, and one vase, a single vase found in a man as Asanara. All of them start from the late 4th and continue into the 3rd millennium. So I'm going to turn now to Shari-Sorta period 1. That was founded also, so Shari-Sorta, but I think you know. So I'm talking about TPIA, Shari-Sorta, and then I'm going to talk about Keshmakram. So Schinkelstrasse is located here. So Schinkelstrasse in period 1, so Schinkelstrasse was founded also in the late 4th millennium BC. And one can just remind the fragment of proto-Elamite tablet, the proto-Elamite seal, also a lot of fine painted ware that relate to the Western Balchistan ceramic complex were found at Schinkelstrasse, in burial but also in architectural locales. Some share architectural locales and a lot of vases in burials. Schinkelstrasse period 1 contains also some ceramics that relate to the Quetta Valley, Quetta ware, so a few burnished ceramics, and there are also some ceramic relations to Turkmenistan. In Keshmakran, in the same chronological bracket, so the assemblage of this period is mostly composed of the same fine painted ware as we saw just before. But there's also an important part found at Mirikalat of materials that clearly relate to Eastern Balochistan ceramic traditions. So they were not there before, so that's something new at the end of the 1st millennium. And also found at Mirikalat were those gathering bowls in 5 fragments. So in summary, the situation that we have just seen on the southeastern Iranian plateau was part of a larger set of qualities and dynamics for the period around 300 BC. So this is a map that presents the main styles or traditions of ceramics. So of course there are some issues, such as some chronological uncertainties and problems with the definitions of some of those qualities, with, for example, the fact that many of them are defined mostly by the ceramics. And also one can, I don't think it's the right place to talk about that in detail, but the proto-Elamite, as you probably know, the definition of the proto-Elamite is discussed starting with the name of the proto-Elamite. But in my opinion, there's a good consistency between this area, Susa, Kalimalian, Ukayaya, I think that we can talk about cultural politics. So one can note on this map that there's a lack of data in the area between the north and the south. The 3 sites that actually allow us to define what was going on in the southeastern Iranian plateau in the late 4th millennium are located at the junction of several ceramic qualities and in some ways at the limits of those qualities. This is the case in Keshmakran, which overlaps with Togo ware and ware quality, Schinkelstrasse as well, and Tepeyaya, which is part of 2 and perhaps 3 different qualities. So the Keshmakran area starts at that time to present important production centers of ceramics. But while it is a center region for ceramic production, it appears located in the southeastern periphery of the cultural complex it seems to belong to. And another point is that at this period, there is apparently no visible relationship with the Oman Peninsula. So concerning the following period, the first half of the 3rd millennium, so as I mentioned earlier, there are important disagreements in terms of chronology, which makes it very difficult to discuss relations between sites of the southeastern Iranian plateau. So turning back to Tepeyaya, so on top of the building of period 4C, which is here, so there are several deposits that have been connected to period 4B. Deposits in phases 4C1 and 4B6. But in fact, although there are materials that indeed connect those deposits to the following period 4B, there are also numerous materials that relate to the proto-Elamites, such as bearing bowls, mosaic trays, and fragments of painted jars, so into those deposits. So that we can, in conclusion, nothing contradicts that those deposits correspond to a later phase of the proto-Elamite period, but this problem will be hardly definitively resolved without further excavation. So we might have proto-Elamite later phase here. those deposits are not very, there's only a few architectural remains, almost nothing, and we have a clearer context starting with phase 4B5, which starts here. So this is a view of phase 4B5 with the architecture, and on the top of the architecture of period 4C. So I'm going to talk now about the assemblage of period 4B and how it is connected to other areas of the source system at that time. So we are, as I said earlier, there are some discussions about the chronology, the dating of period 4B. So we will see that actually we have connection with other materials of the source system and plateau that date from the first half of the third millennium. We're going to talk about that later. So the assemblage of period 4B includes a series of ceramics painted in black on plain or on a reddish slip surface. So it's just a brief presentation. This type of material has clear connections to the Giraud area, which is located some 90 kilometers further to the east at Mohenjo-Daro. And there are some comparisons also at Schinkelstrasse. There are also at TPAIA and period 4B some scorpion hole fragments that can also be compared to vessels from Giraud and to Schinkelstrasse. The assemblage of TPAIA 4B also includes a series of inside ceramics with again connection to Giraud as well as to Goncourt in the Goncourt Valley. And the style of the so-called intercultural style of the chloride vessels compares to inside gray ceramics vessels from Schinkelstrasse, TP Goncourt, and Keshmakran. So I present here elements from period, actually they are from period 3C. But the production of inside ceramics starts in Keshmakran in period 3B, which is dated to which starts in 2800 BC. So there are also parallels for inside grayware in the occupation of AT being developed in the Peninsula, and Aurore Didier and Roland are going to show one fragment also from the Mohenjo-Daro. So we have approximately the same comparisons for the canister pots fragments from TPAIA. So we have comparison, we have the parallels in Giraud, in Goncourt, in Keshmakran from period 3B, Schinkelstrasse, and also beyond the Persian Gulf, in Indian Peninsula. And we have again parallels for TPAIA material at Schinkelstrasse, so that's a fine painted gold. So we have parallels at Schinkelstrasse, and again in Keshmakran period 3B. So this is a complicated map, I guess. In summary, although one may stay cautious because this is only an overview and not a complete study of TPAIA period 4B, TPAIA in this period appears clearly and mostly connected to Giraud, and we may include TPAIA within the same sphere as Giraud. And the alley system, actually, it looks like the alley rules so in this area was probably, there's a lot of sites, like I think there's 300 sites dating to the third millennium. So if you want to compare to the previous period, this period, TPAIA was in period 4C, so in the Proteolamite period, part of the Proteolamite polity, so it was at the margin or at the in the southeastern limit of the Proteolamite polity. It was also at the westernmost limit of the western Balochistan ceramic complex. And now it appears that this area becomes the core actually. TPAIA has also connection to Makran, as we saw earlier. But Keshmakran at that time represents another sphere with the continuation with changes of the local tradition that stretched back actually to the 4th millennium. So the situation is more complicated to define for TP Goncourt and the Goncourt Valley, but this area, I believe, in the same circles, within those two circles, because it has a connection with both this area and Keshmakran. So we can, when we consider that a sort of cultural boundary existed in the Bangpur Valley. So Sharisarta is also connected to Tepeyaya, and it's connected to Keshmakran as well, and to Bangpur Valley, but this site appears better, perhaps, connected to Mundigak and Nusharo. And east of Keshmakran, we also see another sphere in terms of material, which I won't detail, because I think Aurore and Roland are going to discuss this area in Aurore. Another point is that for the first time we have solid evidence for relation to the Oman Peninsula with imports and perhaps trade of grey ceramics, painted ceramics, and inside grey ware. So there is, however, a major problem with these reconstructions. We have many evidence that tends to indicate that this picture started in the first half of the 3rd millennium, but the statistics comparisons do not always agree with the dates covered with the radiocarbon dates provided for the sites of notification discussed here. So Tepeyaya period 4B and Sharisarta period 3 and 4 have radiocarbon dates situated within the second half of the 3rd millennium, contemporary with the Indus Civilization, while the parallels in Keshmakran start and are situated essentially before the mid-3rd millennium. The chronology of Keshmakran, so the period 3B and 3C, appears corroborated by works conducted by the Freunde at Sordon. And we have also a connection to Giroft or the Connasanda area with radiocarbon dates for the sites situated in the second half of the 3rd millennium, but also we have dates situated within the first half of the 3rd millennium. And the sequence in the Oman Peninsula starts in the first half of the 3rd millennium and continue into the second half of the 3rd millennium. So that's a major problem that I think we have to mention today. And briefly, in the West, after the Proto-Lamas period in the province of Fars, the late vanished. So it has long been thought that there was a major break that lasted until the end of the 3rd millennium, or until the beginning of the so-called Kartari period. But there is new evidence, recent evidence that tends to indicate the existence of a transitional phase that saw continuity from the Vanish to the Kartari period. So we hope this phase will be defined soon, and we hope to see how it compares and connects or not to the situation to the east. So, to conclude, I wanted to address several questions or key points about several aspects, but I think that those questions and points were already discussed this morning and also this afternoon, so I won't tell them. But the main, I think that one of the main issue and objective for future research that really needs to be discussed and addressed is that of these chronological problems. So these problems have to be solved before we can even go further with the interpretations. So we start to have a lot of dots and we are able to draw arrows, but our understanding of what was underlying below those dots and arrows is not clear. And Karl Berkowski saw that without any text, we don't know anything. Another aspect that is not observed, but that was discussed this morning also, is the alliances and dynasty and the probable existence of conflicts. And I believe that those alliances, conflicts started very early, and at least during the period 4C, but we have no evidence no clear evidence and not a lot for this period. Also, I think this morning we talked about the concept of core and periphery. We talked a little bit about theory. And I had a question. I wanted to see with the concept of interaction pair that was used by Karl Berkowitz and Maurizio Tosi in 1973, in the paper produced in 1973, was still a useful concept to analyze this picture. And another issue is that we have different entities, polities. Some of them are termed as civilization, cultures, complex, and ceramic polities. I think that's also something we have to define. I mean, for me, it's not working for me, maybe for you, but not really for me. And another, so regarding the ceramic polities, a fundamental question is still, do pots equate people? Because the ceramics represent the most abundant artifact in many places of the Southeast Asian plateau, even Middle Asia, and including the whole Middle Asia. So we use a lot of ceramics, and so we have to talk about that more. And in relation to this, so I will go back to the quote that I mentioned at the beginning of the paper regarding the durée of the civilization. And I will try to approach the situation on the Southeast Iranian plateau using this quote and concept from Fernand Braudel, which is actually established in 100 years and even 2 or 3 centuries. This civilization will likely be in the same location on the locations on the map of the world. So there is this durée is actually well illustrated in Keshmakran, where we have a ceramic tradition that started in the early 4th millennium, and this tradition continued into the 3rd millennium. But in a larger scale, I don't know, we can discuss that after, but we have a possible constant in Southern Middle Asia, which is the boundary represented by the Straits of Hormuz and the Global Plain in Pakistan, here and here. So this is a very coarse and schematic map, but we can, so I'm sorry, I'm going to go back to the 5th millennium, so we are a little bit far from the topic of this workshop, but in the 5th millennium we have the Bay division here that goes to the Straits of Hormuz, and we have what we call, what has been called the Gulfware culture. Now we know that the Gulfware culture was probably divided between different cultures, including the Bakun, for example, in Fars. So we can see that the Bakun is mostly located in Fars. It goes up to Kerman, it includes Tepeyaya, and then it's not here, but apparently there's no Bakun anymore. We have in this area very little data, and the few data we have comes from, for the 5th millennium, comes from Keshmakran. And in Keshmakran we have only ceramic occupations. In the first half of the 4th millennium, we have the labri, so that's a ceramic. We have it in Kerman, at Tepeyaya, Talibis, etc. It goes up to, it includes Fars and it goes even up to Susa. But still the limit is here, it doesn't go into the Blanco Valley, which is behind this circle. But in this area developed black and buff and black and red ware, which were distributed in the Blanco Valley. And after the ceramic period here, developed the Miri ware. But the Miri ware doesn't go further east, then we are using another tradition. I'm not sure if I'm not clear, just it's the same around like the mid-4th millennium. We have the Uruk, and which is also early Banesh in Fars. So we have Uruk evidence in Kerman at Talibis. At the same time, we have no evidence beyond this limit in the Bambu Valley and further east. But we have the Aliabat phenomenon that includes Kerman. It doesn't go there, but it goes up to Keshmakran. And we have the continuation of the Miri ware tradition in the early Keshmakran period 3A. And these types of ceramic doesn't go further east, and we have here another type of tradition. By the way, fourth and early third millennium, it's the same kind of, we still have the same kind of limits. So we have the main proteolamide quality. It's true that we have elements at Charizorta and in Keshmakran, but the main site, the main proteolamide sites are located here with Tepeyaia as the, so far, the subsystem most proteolamide site. We have also, as we saw earlier, the late Keshmakran late period 3A is the, what I call the Western biological ceramic complex. This ceramic, this type of ceramic or tradition is not fine for the east, it's not fine for the west, so we still have the same limit. And we have in those areas, the Togo goes a little bit beyond the Cold War, beyond the limit, a little bit. And then it's the same here, those limits. So this is a question mark, we don't know. Only the scholar like John Alden or Cameron Petrie who work in Fars suppose that there's a transitional phase already between the late Banesh and Tertiary. There's still a question mark. So far the Giroud and Yaya for B seems to be limited here, and the ceramic tradition of Keshmakran is also limited here, and there's the Sordom period 3 and in the Wari located here, and they don't seem to go further east, so we have the same limits. So I think that this kind of approach using the Canon Bordeaux concept of durée, I'm almost done, could be useful to understand the localization of territories and the origin and constructions of the civilization that developed in the third millennium. And it would be interesting, we have to confirm this picture, but it would be interesting to compare this situation in the fourth and the fifth millennium with the situation in the war, I would say, of the Indus Civilization. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this overview of a long time range towards the third millennium, late proteolamide. I only want to ask Arisman, copper production,
Yes.
and how does it fit into
in the late fourth millennium, it was not on the map, but it's very close to Tepeyaia, and it's a proteolamide site. But it has a lot of connection to North Mesopotamia. Yes. But the material, so the proteolamide is not, it's still discussed, but I think that we have a coherent picture when you compare the Parisman, Siak, Susa, Talimayan, Tepeyaia. I think there's something we have on the same tablets, I mean not at the Parisman, but the tablets are in the same square, same types of ceramics, which provoke regional variants. Architecture also is very similar architectic. So yeah, you can talk about the quality or
we have only, as I was informed, a little restricted time for discussion, but anyhow, I've opened the discussion. Please, King of...
No, Professor Altman touched on a very critical thing. It would be extremely more enriching if you could add to these maps the evidence for expansion of mining. Mining and the production. Because it will add a completely new dimension to what was going on. And you know that the metal was extracted and worked there since the Middle Holocene. So it's so it will be in your next presentation. One will wish if you could integrate the work of Barbara and others on this mining aspect. That will of course touch also the Balochistan part, but it's been less evidence than there. But mining becomes a reality in the second half of the 14th sea for Oman and then the southern areas. Okay? So at that point, really, you will see an aspect of integration that could really add meaning to your presentation.
I think there's two dimensions that Benjamin has offered that are really very interesting. The first is that we have a north-south connectivity. We're going from the Gulf up to the Mazda 3. Traditionally, what one has looked at is really an east-west sort of aspect. Now we have a north-south connectivity. The second aspect, which is, I think, of interest, is the Proto-Elamite expansion is really quite a phenomenon. It's, in an east and west aspect, almost 1,000 miles, with reverberations into places like Greedy Kalam. And what's of interest to me is that there have been books written about the Uruk expansion. The Proto-Elamite expansion is 3,100, 3,000, somewhere around there. It follows really the Uruk. And not very many individuals have addressed what is the reason for the Proto-Elamite expansion. What is the reason for its failure? It expands almost in the same geographical expanse as the Uruk expansion. The Uruk expansion also fails in the sense that there's no continuity. Whether it's Yaya or Malayan, etc., the Proto-Elamite communities fail. They're illiterate. They have seals, they have ceilings, they have large architectural structures in which they appear. And after the Proto-Elamite presence, you go back to village life. Now, what's interesting to me is this expansion is virtually ignored. There are no hypotheses, there's no deliberate, and I doubt very much that it has to do with mining. I think that there's some kind of a social phenomenon that is taking place here that goes beyond the materialism of the artifactual world.